Now, once you have that foundation of psychological safety, the next critical shift is moving from judgment to observation. And here's what I mean by that. Most feedback is loaded with judgments. Things like, you're not detail oriented, you're not a team player, or you need to be more proactive. Those are interpretations. They're the conclusions that you've drawn. And the problem with judgments is that they're abstract, they're debatable, and they immediately trigger defensiveness. Compare that to observations, which are just facts. Things like, in the last three reports you submitted, there were calculation errors in the summary tables. Or in yesterday's meeting, you interrupted Sarah three times and didn't acknowledge the concerns that she raised. Or the project deadline was Friday and the deliverable came in on Monday. You see the difference there? Observations are specific, factual, and much harder to dispute. They give someone clear data about the behavior without attaching meaning or character judgments to it. And here's the thing, when you lead with observations, you're actually showing respect for the other person's intelligence and autonomy. You're giving them the data and trusting them to draw their own conclusions and develop their own solutions. This one is hard for many leaders because we think our job is to have all the answers. We think we need to tell people what to change and how to change it. But that undermines the very thing that we're trying to create, which is ownership of the change. And that brings me to the next principle. And this one completely transformed how I approached feedback conversations. Instead of telling people what to change, I started getting curious about what was driving their behavior. Let me give you an example. I had a team member who kept missing deadlines. My initial instinct was to discuss time management and prioritization. But instead, I started with curiosity. I started the conversation with, hey, I noticed the last three project deadlines have been missed. Can you tell me what's getting in the way? And what I learned was fascinating. It turned out that she was being pulled into urgent requests from other departments that she didn't feel empowered to push back on. She was trying to do everything and something had to give. If I had just lectured her about meeting deadlines, I would have completely missed the real problem. And no amount of feedback about time management or prioritization would have fixed it because time management wasn't the issue. This is why curiosity is so powerful. When you approach feedback with genuine questions instead of conclusions, you often discover that what you're seeing isn't the real problem. It's a symptom of something else. And when you understand the root cause, you can address it rather than treating the symptom repeatedly. Plus, and this is huge, when someone feels heard and understood, they're exponentially more open to feedback because you've demonstrated that you're trying to help, not to just judge.